We did our band book based on the book Looking for Alaska by John Green. John Green actually used this plot based on his high school. He uses things like characters, the accident that Alaska was involved in, and also things like the smoking hole and the activities that these kids participated in from his high school and what he grew up around. This book was banned because of the explicit scenes that it shows and portrays, things like smoking and kids not going to class because they're in the woods participating in not the best activities, things like drinking and the way that Alaska was in her accident and her death. Pornography is also presented in this book, and drugs.
So on page 31, it says, shortly thereafter, the colonel came in with Takumi, and they sat down on opposite sides of me. I heard about last night, Takumi said. Alaska's pissed. That's weird since she was such a bitch last night, I blurted out. Takumi just shook his head. Yeah, well, she didn't know the whole story, and people are moody, dude. You gotta get used to living with people. You could have worse friends than the colonel cut him off.
So that just portrays the explicit language that was used.
On page 55, it states that although we tried to ration our smoke breaks amid the shower stream, we ran out of cigarettes before dark, necessitating a trip to Alaska's room. She lay on the floor, holding a book over her head. Let's go smoke, he said. You're out of cigarettes, aren't you? She asked without looking up. Yeah, well, yes. Got $5, she asked. Nope. Pudge, she asked. Yeah, all right. I fished out five out of my pocket, and Alaska handed me a pack of 20 Marlboro Lights. She knew I'd smoke maybe about 5 of them, but so long as I subsidized the colonel's smoking, he couldn't really attack me for being another rich kid, a weekday warrior who just didn't happen to live in Birmingham.
This shows that the kids would smoke a lot.
And then on page 121, it states that instead it became just another worst day, albeit the worst of the bunch, and as the night fell fast, we continued on drinking and joking. Later that night, after Alaska stuck her finger down her throat and made herself puke in front of all of us because she was too drunk to walk in the woods, I lay down in my sleeping bag. Laura was laying beside me in her bag, which was almost touching mine.
And then this just shows the fact that these kids are young and they're drinking so much that they have to make